Hello and welcome to Round Robin. I'm your host, Robin McCormick with the City of Hampton. And today we're going to get all the scoop on NASA Langley's open house that's coming up. My guest is Lisa Zeman. Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you, Robin.
We are so excited because this opportunity doesn't come around every year.
You're absolutely right. We are very excited as well. We are opening our doors on Saturday, October 21st, to the public from 9 to 4. And we've not had our doors open since 2017.
Yeah.
So it's been a minute, and we are just super excited. Lots to see and do, and I'm sure we'll get into that as we progress this morning.
Absolutely. But I do, just so people know who you are, if you could tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into NASA.
Right. So I started at NASA as a cooperative education student. When I was at Christopher Newport College at the time. It had not obtained university status, so it's been wonderful to see CNU grow over the years. But I am born and bred, Hampton Roads individual. My father was in the military, so we moved around a bit, but spent a lot of time here in the Hampton Roads area. As I said, went to Christopher Newport College, got an accounting degree of all things, and found an opportunity to come to NASA as a co-op student and have been with the agency ever since, about 35 years.
But you weren't always here.
No.
You got promoted and moved around.
Yeah, so I went to Washington, D.C. for about a decade and did a lot of wonderful things there, and then came back to NASA Langley in 2020, so kind of a pandemic replant, if you will, so that was interesting. It can happen and did happen.
Yeah.
Things very different during that time, and as a result. But yeah, I've been back at the center since 2020, and now serving as the Deputy Center Director, where we kind of make all the magic happen at the center. We make sure that we have the resources, the facilities, the workforce, all the capabilities necessary to run the fantastic facility we have.
And I think that's interesting because when we talk about, generally speaking, careers at NASA, you only think science. You think the hardcore science, but there's a lot of other things that go into keeping the place going and supporting those scientists.
Yeah, that's absolutely true, Robin. And, when we're out in the community and across the nation and we engage, particularly with STEM, science, technology, engineering, math, opportunities, as well as, just the general public, it is not just the scientists and the engineers, right? We are really running a business. Mm-hmm. And so it takes the financial and the lawyers and the procurement folks and facility engineers and facility experts to make the magic happen at NASA Langley. So we are really running a small city and a fairly big business. So it takes all of us.
So I think of this open house partly as a way to encourage some of our young people to, especially people who are not traditionally already involved in science, technology, and math education, to learn more about it and to develop a passion.
Yeah.
What will they see if they come to the open house?
Yeah, so when they come to the open house, we have 15 tour stops on the schedule. They are going to see our iconic historic hangar, which is where the original Mercury 7 astronauts and many of the Apollo astronauts trained. They're going to see wind tunnels that have been in operation for decades. They're also going to see some of our newer facilities, newer laboratories.
Yeah, you've built so much in the past few years.
We have. We've been very fortunate. We had, the predecessors before me had a real vision to really revitalize the center, and we've been very beneficial benefactors of those opportunities. So folks will see some old and new. Young folks in particular, we're going to have a kids zone where they're going to have some hands-on, building an airplane and flying airplanes. They'll sit in a simulator, as well as fun stuff like, face painting, bounce houses. We're also going to have an entertainment zone where we're going to have live music, DJ.
This is a whole festival.
Yeah, it really is. We want it to be, for everybody, really a family atmosphere. Everybody is welcome. There'll be something for everyone. So a lot of educational component, but a lot of fun too.
And free. Let's mention again that this is free.
It is free. Absolutely. Yeah.
Now, I understand that we have a special guest here,
We do.
And that will be on display
Yes.
during the open house. Tell us about that.
Yeah.
Maybe we can zoom in a little bit.
Yeah, so this is an actual moon rock that came back in the early 70s on the Apollo 14 mission. astronaut Edgar Mitchell brought this back. It is part of a much larger specimen that he brought back, which has been divided up and is used for display purposes to get folks excited about the NASA mission. So it will be on display at the open house. People can take selfies with the moon rock.
Yeah.
And so, that's part of our history, but part of our future is we are going back to the moon, right? And so folks will be able to learn more about the return to the moon and eventual human exploration of Mars, where we hope to be on the moon for a much longer extended period of time. And of course, that is going to take research into new materials, new technologies. How do we have a longer sustained human presence on the lunar surface? So this will be a little bit of the past, but then folks will actually get to engage and learn more about the future.
And you're also looking at Mars and involved in that. A lot of people
Absolutely
knew that NASA Langley was involved in like the earlier Mercury and early Apollo missions, but don't understand what you're doing currently.
Yes.
This will give them a chance to learn a little more.
It will, and not only about, the NASA Langley's role in going back to the moon and on to Mars, but also in the earth science world, right? We support all of the kind of mission lines of business in the agency. We're very proud of the work we do in earth science, particularly when it comes to monitoring the pollution in our local community and across North America. So very excited about having folks learn about that. It's not the traditional, astronauts launching.
Right. That gets all the attention.
It does. I call it the shiny object, and we actually had a key role in that, returning American astronauts on American-built rockets. And so we're very proud of not only the legacy, but, the future. We like to say, people don't come to Langley for history, we come to Langley to make history.
That's great. But in terms of history, you were the first.
We were.
The very first NACA before NASA, and really where things began.
That is true.
And as you said, they didn't stop there. They're
No.
still going.
No. So we've celebrated, we're on our 106th year. We were established in 1917, as you said, under NACA, National Advisory for the Committee on Aeronautics. And so our kind of early life was around aeronautics and making not only commercial flight safer, but military flight safer.
Right.
We do have strong partnerships with the Department of Defense, as well as commercial industry, making sure that those aircraft, the next generation of aircraft are safe, that they can transit the Earth's atmosphere safely and return. And so very excited about those partnerships. But, as we're going deeper into space, we're seeing the growth in the space sector with commercial industry. And so we're really excited about those opportunities. So as that industry matures, it allows us to focus on more of the early stage research and development that maybe the industry isn't ready to pursue. So we're always looking at, what if we did this? What does that turn into, right? What if, we could, build a launch abort system that the astronauts are in as they ascent into space. So if there's an anomaly, they can, jettison safely away from danger. So we turn those what if questions into what will be.
Right. Okay, now we have talked a lot about what you do and what's there, but let's go in. People are excited now, so we're all ready to go. How do we do that? How do we register? What are the arrangements?
Right. So we are actually asking folks to register at openhouse.larc.nasa.gov. And it is free, and we're really using the registration just as a sense to gauge interest. They do not have to register to attend. They can come the day of the event, again, Saturday, October 21st, from 9 to 4. So all are welcome. We will have satellite parking in various spots.
There's no way you could hold
We're
all the
expecting
people.
over 20,000 folks to come celebrate this event with us. So lots of folks will be coming. So a lot of satellite parking. There will be shuttle buses that will take folks from the satellite locations to the center. Folks will come through security. So they will need to make sure they have clear bags. They will go through the metal detectors. So be prepared for all of that. But once you're on site, again, 15 tour stops. There will be buses that will take folks to the tour stops.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yes.
It's such a large campus.
Yeah. Now, they can walk it if they want. It's about a 1.5 mile loop. So it depends on, the ability and the desire to either walk it. But there will be buses rotating through the tour stops throughout the day. So again, free to the public. They don't have to register, but, if they
We'd
have
like
an
'em to.
opportunity, just to give us a sense, right?
Right.
How the excitement is building, not only in the local area, but, hopefully in many other local states as well, regional states.
Well, that's the thing is, we tell Hampton what's going on,
Right.
but this will be much broader. I mean,
Yes.
people will come, hopefully stay in the hotel a night before, night
That's
after.
right.
It'll
That's
be a
right.
good economic boost,
Yes.
as well as letting other people know that you
Yeah.
are here. I mean, when we did some branding research, people did not know that Hampton was a major NASA
Yes.
location, the original
Yes.
NASA location.
Yes.
So we have to keep telling them what's going on there.
We do. And we're very excited about that. You mentioned kind of staying in the area. We couldn't do this without a lot of our local partners and community leaders. So the City of Hampton, the Virginia Air and Space Science Center here in Hampton, a lot of, our contractor partners, they are really stepping up to help us make this event very memorable and enjoyable and safe for
Because we
for
want
everybody.
it. It's great for us. It's great for
Yes.
you. And it's
Yeah.
really especially just great for the public.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm doing half the talking. Is there anything you want to say that I have not had a chance to ask you?
So I would just say, Robin, that, at NASA Langley, again, we've got a 106-year history. The folks make the magic happen there, right? When you ask me what am I most excited about, it's working with our contractors and our civil servant workforce. They just are so passionate about what they do. I think some of them would probably work for free if we didn't have bills to pay in life, right? So it's just that passion that really fuels the curiosity, and it's really our wonder changes the world. It's asking those questions that folks might not think about. So just really super excited about the workforce and letting us shine not only the facility but our workforce. Let them brag a little bit.
Awesome. And just recap for us, date, time.
The date is Saturday, October 21st in Hampton, Virginia. Gates open at 9, and we will be there till 4 o'clock. So we look forward to seeing you and everyone else come through those gates.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the time.
And I hope you have learned a little bit more about NASA Langley's history, as well as the exciting, broad, incredible research being done there now. And you will take time to go visit, because this chance won't come around anytime soon. Thanks for watching.